Welbo! Welcome to The Wrestling Show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at representing the WWE and live from the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Monday Night Raw. Air date July the 3rd, 2023. This episode is the aftermath of Money in the Bank. Now, before we start off the show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right, the non-competitors. They are the glue that holds the building together. First of all, we start with the man who is the authority figure. It is usually Adam Pearce. Next, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, they are the team of this time. It's Jackie Redmond and Byron Saxton. And of course, in the ring we go with the announcer, letting everybody know who's about to fight and who and the results of such fights. And that is Samantha Irving. And last, but certainly not least, it's the commentary crew. The play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I even call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of the very reliable and the newly mustachioed Corey Graves. And backing him up, Corey calls him KP, but we all know him as Kevin Patrick. That's Kevin Patrick. Now, of course, without any further cadoos, it's time to start the show, so hit that song, if you please. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling. He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us on the wrestling show. On the wrestling show. On the wrestling show, baby. Now, it's time to start the show with the huge, massive start of Monday Night Raw. And that is, of course, we have ourselves Monday Night Raw's Monday's champion, the heavyweight champion of the world is Seth Freakin'Rollins hitting the ring there. And he's talking about his success at Money in the Bank, how Seth Rollins successfully retained his title by beating cleanly a Finn Balor of the Judgment Day in the middle of that ring with the curb stomp in the face. So I couldn't believe it. The next person to come out, oh boy. After a big victory over Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio, and a massive loss to Brock Lesnar prior, getting his arm broke by him as well, or so-called broke. But anyways, it's Cody Rhodes. He comes down to the ring to, whoa! I was never potty trained when I was younger. My father was never there. I did a poo today, That's his theme song. Word per word. Didn't change a word. I promise you that. Anyways, Cody Rhodes comes down there and he wants to be the next in line for the World Championship. He wants to be the next in line. It's true. But however, I thought it was over him and Brock Lesnar. Cody and Brock Lesnar. I thought that was done. I thought Brock Lesnar, you know what? I've had it. I don't want to fight Cody Rhodes anymore. It's done. It's old. But however, I think Cody Rhodes going over top and trying to get a fight with the world being a champion, I think their paths collide, and as Brock Lesnar comes out there, he's all upset. And then Cody Rhodes like, oh, you're back. You want to ruin my championship run opportunity? Cody Rhodes runs out there and gets some. He comes and gets some from Brock Lesnar. They start fighting at the ramp area. They fight towards the ring area. They get into the ring area. Cody Rhodes is about to get F5'd by Brock Lesnar. However, Cody Rhodes gets the backdoor sneaks out. And then with a massive Cody Cutter, whammo, hits Brock Lesnar with the Cody Cutter. And then they end up tussling, they go to the back again. You know. So then in the ring, we got Seth Rollins. He wants to finish off what he talked about, so he goes back in the ring there, you know. And before he can say anything, Judgment Day's music hits. Oh! It didn't sound like that. But Judgment Day music hits, and we got ourselves 3 of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen there. Finn Balor and Damian Priest had a little bit of, I don't know, they didn't quite see eye to eye on, you know, at Money in the Bank. You know, Finn Balor thinking Damian Priest might cash his Money in the Bank on Finn Balor himself. Ridiculous. The trust Finn Balor has with the team. After all, you know what? Is it legit? After all, they turn on Edge pretty quickly. So I think you turn on Finn Balor just as easy. So anyways, regardless, we got ourselves Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. Hit that ring there. And eventually now, Damian Priest, he's got a match coming up. But it's a challenge. It's like, you want to put your money where your mouth is? You're the hardest working champion? Well, we challenge you to a match. It's like, well, you got a match. Who's going to fight? Why, Rhea Ripley? Well, Rhea Ripley's got a match too. She's got a big match coming up later on. This one here is Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Freakin'Rollins. And this would be the new main event of the night. I don't think it should have been main event. But regardless, it hit main event spot. It was not a title match. That's why I don't think it should have been main event. But it hit main event. Because it's Seth Freakin'Rollins, and why not? And why not? Why, there's a reason why not. It's Rhea Ripley. She's got a title defense today too. And I think that should have been the main event. Regardless, we move on. And our first match of the night. It is a barn burner. It's a really good match. Now this one here, it's Judgment Days. Damian Priest with, of course, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley by his side. And what's great about this, very slow. They didn't really get involved with the match, which is pretty clean. That's why it was a really good match. And versus Shinsuke Nakamura, coming off his matches against, you know, Bronson Reed and Ricochet. Wait for the Ricochet. You know. So yeah, this is big. Now what happens? It was about 11 minutes long. This was a good match. A lot of back and forth. They fought outside for a bit. A very slow 10 count, thank goodness, because they're out there for about half a minute. Half a minute! 10 seconds lasts a long time in the wrestling world. Now, this was, Shinsuke had his regular moves in here. One of the moves, he does 99% of the matches he's in. He has it where he gets his opponent, where they're sitting on the second rope, facing outwards from the ring. And Shinsuke does a baseball slide between his opponent's legs and grabs him by the waist. And then a German suplex back where his opponent does a backdrop, you know, falls backwards and lands on the back. You know. Anyways, it happens a lot. So when Shinsuke's out there, he just had to get some looks in towards Rhea Ripley. The sexy Rhea Ripley's out there, you know. And Shinsuke just has to blow her a kiss. This is for you. Hoo hoo hoo. Ho hoo. Blows a kiss. And he jumps back into the ring there. And Dominic, he wouldn't have any of that. None of it. So he jumps in front of the kiss. He catches that kiss. And he plants one back on Shinsuke Nakamura's lips. Here's one for me, baby. Here's some tongue, too. Now, that never happened. He ended up catching that kiss and throwing it back in the ring there. Take your kiss, you son of a gun. It's true. That is true. So now we go back into the ring there. Shinsuke Nakamura. He was on a tear after that. Tearing apart some, you know, Damian Priest. Tries to tear his arm off with an armbar. Never happened, though. Tried to. And then here it goes. The end sequence of the match was very questionable. Very questionable. Because Shinsuke, his finishing move is a Kinshasa. You know, it's a flying knee. It's a flying knee. It's a jumping knee, anyways. But this is a flying knee. A flying Kinshasa. Off the top rope, hits Damian Priest right in the jaw with a Kinshasa. I would call it Kinshasa. But apparently it wasn't. It was just a random flying knee and a regular flying knee and a Kinshasa. Two different knees, apparently. because the high-flying knee did absolutely nothing but knock Damien Priest on the ground. That's it, just knocked him on the ground. Did absolutely nothing with his health at all. So he just fell down. And then Shinsuke, he's thinking, oh, now it's time for my actual Kinshasa. So he goes for his Kinshasa, and Damien Priest ducks it. Not today, not today, he says. He didn't say it. And he ducks it, and then he schoolboys Shinsuke to the 3 count. Actually, he didn't get a 3 count, but he broke out. You know, Damien Priest gets on his feet first, and gives Shinsuke a short arm clothesline out of his boots, baby. Shinsuke does a 360 in the air, not a 360, but this is a full back flip. Lands on his back. It's pretty good. Lands on his back. It's he does it inverted. He does not the the Carmelo Hayes complete backflip. He does a kind of like a front flip. So that's the cheating. But nevertheless, so he does a full flip, and it's on his face. After that, Shinsuke's picked up for the South of Heaven chokeslam. South of Heaven chokeslam puts it over. That's it. But it was a good match. It was a really good match. So next up, after that, we got ourselves a little bit of the, I don't know, this is the aftermath of Money in the Bank. Now, this is Ronda Rousey hitting the ring there, and she wants some answers from her partner, or former friend and partner, Shayna Baszler. Now, at Money in the Bank, it was Shayna Baszler not only turned her back on Ronda Rousey, but she gave her the beating of a lifetime. Not really a lifetime, but she gave her the Kimura clutch. She just beat down some Ronda Rousey during the match, and then left the match, where in turn Ronda Rousey was pinned by Liv Morgan. I believe it was Liv Morgan, but regardless, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the new women's tag team champions. So now this is what happened? Why did you do it? So of course, Ronda Rousey calls out Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler comes to the ring there, and Shayna Baszler, she shuts the thing down. She talks on the behalf of everybody. She says, you know what? We're all sick and tired of listening to you try to talk in a microphone. Now, Ronda Rousey's not the greatest on the mic, but she's not terrible. She's pretty good. Now, of course, she doesn't have the professional sounding voice like a Cody Rhodes might have. Hi, I'm Cody Rhodes. Or, hi, I'm John Cena, and we're great on the microphone. Doesn't matter what we say it really good. So she doesn't have the professionalism sound. She sounds like Trish Stratus, but I think she sounds like Trish Stratus. She's very normal, very natural. Anyways, it's not about what I think. Now they talk about this, and it comes down to this. Ronda Rousey's talking like, listen, we have 10 years between us of not just friendship, but we have nothing but loyalty. I think you owe me an explanation. And Shayna Baszler's like, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you one iota. But what I do owe is this to the fans. I owe the fans something, an apology. But the fans an apology for bringing me in to the WWE in the first place. It all comes down to this. Privileged indeed. Now, Shayna Baszler, when she broke into the WWE, she went the hard way. She started with fixing the ring, constructing the ring, and to get her opportunity to get into the ring. In NXT, she cut her teeth in NXT, fighting, becoming a dominant woman in the NXT. Eventually going down to the main roster, where she was just, pretty much dropped between the cracks. She's pretty much forgotten about. And however, Ronda Rousey, as soon as she gets in there, she says, well, I remember when Ronda first came in, it's like, I don't want to be treated like anybody else in the thing, any other women. I want to be treated just like everybody else. But however, how false that was. Main event Ronda all the time, because of course, you know what, the difference between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey was the UFC champion, one of the most dominant female champions in UFC history. And she's got that clout behind her. That's what gives her the, the clout that puts her to the top. Shayna Baszler, what did Shayna Baszler do in the UFC? She was a UFC fighter. So was Sonya Deville. They got to try harder because they didn't get the prestige of Ronda Rousey. But I could be wrong. Anyways, Ronda Rousey wouldn't hear anything else of it, and she goes and kicks Shayna Baszler in the stomach and tries to beat up some Shayna Baszler. However, Shayna, she would have nothing to it. They get back in the ring there. Shayna Baszler gets Ronda Rousey. Now Ronda Rousey's treated like a punk ass bitch. In the ring there, she gets thrown into the old ankle lock, and eventually she gets kneed right in the face. Knee to the face. A statement made by by Shayna Baszler to Ronda Rousey. So this is going to be a thing, will it stretch to SummerSlam? Will this be a SummerSlam match? Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey? Probably. Anyways, moving on, we go backstage, and it's with the Alpha Academy. Otis, quote unquote, teaching Maxine Dupree some wrestling. I'll give you a head. You mean, how does a headlock go? Like this? Headlock like this? Like, oh, yes, please. Oh, Maxine, I love you so much. So yeah, now it comes down to this. Maxine Dupree, Otis, Chad Gabler, rhymes with Tabla, of course. They've got a big six-person tag match. A six-person tag match. And it's against the Viking Raiders. It's Viking Raiders coming up. And this is Maxine Dupree's first official match. And of course it has to be. I mean, it has to be with Chad Gable and 4-Point Otis. She can't carry a match by herself yet. She's so green. But anyways, at least she's full of good intentions. And that's what we're all here about, right? Good intentions. Next up, we have ourselves a big match. Oh, my goodness. This is nothing but good intentions, this match. It's a lot of fun. This is the number one tag team championship contenders match. It's a tag team turmoil match for the number one contendership for the tag team champions. There we go. I said bat it all out. And it's between now it's like this. It starts with two tag teams, like the last one with the the Brawling Brutes and being beaten by Pretty Deadly in their one. It's just like that. So it's just kind of have Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, Dana Brooke, and of course Tegan Knox, that's a team now, and Nikki Cross and Emma. Now here we go. Before the match even starts, we got ourselves a little bit of a Nikki Cross. She wanted to be a part of Candice LeRae's team. Candice LeRae's like, no way, I got a tag team partner, and she runs away real fast. And Emma, feeling bad, she's like, oh, you're Australian like me. You're picking an Australian horse to get behind in. You go to pick an Australian like me, you get fighting. You get fight like me. So how about you be my partner in this match there, Emma? I mean, Nikki. Tag with me, Emma. Anyways, that's my Australian accent. Dead on. It's me Australian accent. So yeah, they become a tag team. Right down there, put together. How's it going to work? We all know, not very well. So now the match starts with Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. The only real tag team in there. Only out of two tag teams. They're the only other tag team that's in there. Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, long-time tag team. But yeah, even though Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville has been together for a short amount, maybe about a month or two. A couple of months. Anyways. But yeah, I call them the entitled. And who knows? Maybe that might be a thing. Maybe not. So when we start the match off, Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This first part of the match was about 1.5 minutes long. 1 minute and a half long. It was ridiculous. Didn't appreciate that much. Indy Hartwell was ejected out of the ring early, It's basically Sonya Deville. She gets tags in Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green comes up there with a massive, Unpretty Her. She calls it's the Unpretty Her, renamed Unpretty Her, where it's like I don't know. These things are pretty sloppy, but they look big when you don't really slow it down. It's like a big face plant. Chelsea Green planting, Candice LeRae's face. And then it's Sonya Deville with a 1-2 punch. Sonya Deville with a massive flying knee, a la Mandy Rose, to the face. And then Chelsea Green with a big pin. Mandy Rose tried to go for the pin, but she didn't realize that she was not the legal competitor at the time. Ho, ho, ho. So, of course, 1 minute and a half later, that's that. And next up, we got ourselves a team of, Emma and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross jumps in the ring there, tries to do a sneak attack. She takes down Sonya Deville. And next, you know what? She gets distracted. She gets distracted with, her interest, her love. I'm not sure. She's infatuated by Candice LeRae. She's been, she's been wanting to be part of the way for a long time. So she tags out, and she goes to check on Candice LeRae outside the ring. And while I guess Emma goes inside the ring, she does a formidable job against the, But anyways, she's in the ring there, and she's doing pretty good. But it comes down to this. When Emma wants a tag, why? It's, Nikki Cross, nowhere to be seen. And next you know what, we got ourselves Sonya Deville and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green taking full advantage with the old 1-2 punch again. Chelsea Green gets the old, unpretty her. And Sonya Deville with the flying knee. Sonya Deville with the cover this time. After that, we got ourselves our next match that starts. Now, the last match was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, this next match was, they had a commercial break thrown in here. So it was a little bit longer than a commercial break. It was 3 minutes and 15 seconds with a 3-minute commercial break. So this match was done picture in picture. But it's basically Dana Brooke and Tegan Knox jumping in there. Tegan Knox with a massive surprise drop kick onto the hapless Chelsea Green. It's surprise attack again. Now we go down to this. I'm not sure what's going on. Dana Brooke, Tegan Knox together, it's just a bad combo. Dana Brooke and Chelsea Green. Dana Brooke and, Tegan Knox. Dana Brooke, she's got good intentions. Her wrestling abilities are very low. They showed us one thing. They got both, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville outside the ring. And they go for his massive, looks like maybe a tope suicidas, a double tope. But they cheap out. They go for the baseball slides. And they just no momentum going in there. They have just enough momentum to slide, just like so they can get out to the ring. So nothing bad. It's just, it was just, just bad. It's just showing that Dana Brooke and Tegan Knox, they got a long way to go if they want to learn how to wrestle, and they've been in the wrestling business too long to look this bad. It's just terrible. So anyways, commercial breaks on there. Tegan Knox is going for a special move to Chelsea Green. Chelsea gets tagged in, tagged out, I should say. Blind tagged by Sonya. Didn't really matter if that happened or not, blind or not. Then Tegan Knox does a perfect 4-point Otis by ramming herself into the corner post. No one there. Chelsea Green moved out of the side. Chelsea Green hits the old unpretty her. Sonya Deville finishes with the big old, jump knee, flying knee. 1, 2, 3, it's over. And then finally, our final team jumps in there. It's Team Tiny, Team Too Small. It's Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Team Teeny Tiny. Both of these girls are just absolutely weeny whiny. They're just small. They're just wee little competitors. But you know what? They got a lot of intentions. Good intentions there. But we go to a weird part in the match where Katana Chance and Caden Carter, they got this move where Katana Chance is outside the ring and she jumps inside the ring, spring spurs, shoots herself into the ring, and they both do a springboard move where Caden Carter does a springboard, a leg drop, spinning, twisting leg drop. Katana Chance does a springboard moonsault. But this time, their timing was off, and if they're not together, Kaden Carter was bounced too far down, and Katana Chance just it was so funny. Her feet just went flying. She almost did a somersault on her own. Could have been dangerous, but she caught herself and ended up doing her somersault anyways, her moonsault. It was ridiculously looking, but she recovered. She may have felt like the fool, but she pulled through. Now we got to a point where it's Katana Chance goes for a blind tag. Now here's the thing. She's in the center of the ring. Katana Chance in the center of the ring where Kaden Carter goes for a blind tag. And the referee says, that's good. The rope's nowhere to be seen. They're trying to clean up the act, the tag division, but this is blank ridiculous. This was a slap at the back saying, hey there, Katana, hurry up. You're going to get hurt soon. You're going to get hurting soon. You better move. This was no tag, but it was basically called a tag. Ridiculous. But this sets up to a huge move. We got ourselves, Chelsea Green and Kaden Carter. They're on the ropes. Kaden Carter sitting on the top rope. Chelsea Green ends up going on top and sitting on top of her shoulders. So Chelsea Green is on top of the top rope. And then Katana Chance goes on the top rope and then gives a massive hurricanrana off the top rope. Now in the women's division, it's almost never done like that. This is once in a blue moon. This top rope hurricanrana from the women's division, impressive indeed. But however, this match goes on. Sonya Deville breaks the count. Sonya Deville gets knocked outside the ring. And inside the ring, it's Kaden Carter, Katana Chance to go for their finishing move, their double team move on Chelsea Green. The old neck breaker 450 combo, 450 splash. Katana Chance is on top rope, but however, before she can jump, it's Sonya Deville pushing her right off the ropes. Sonya Deville, it's Kaden Carter, Chelsea Green, scuffle a little bit in the ring there, have a little bit of, they tussle in the ring there. Ends up, Kaden Carter gets pushed towards the ropes. The referee turns his back. Kaden Carter gets punched in the face by Sonya Deville. She rolls backwards, and then she gets, unpretty heard by Chelsea Green. And it's a big victory. Moving on, number one contenders, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I always say Chelsea Green, she's one of my faves. They look like champions right now. Chelsea Green and Katana Chance, they always have great ring gear. They always look great. But, however, going into the ring, they're your champions now. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan were just watching the match. Nothing to say, just watching by commentating table. They could have done something, I don't know. They were just there for some reason. Yes, because they were. Okay, regardless, let's move on. And our next thing we have, it's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch all in the ring there. And basically she's talking about Money in the Bank. How she lost. She did not win the Money in the Bank briefcase. And she's talking non-stop trash about our hero, Trish Stratus, the pioneer of women's wrestling. So anyways, we're going even further than, now, what's that, a Fabulous Moolah, her and Wendy Richter, stuff like that, they did good, but after that, it died. It took, regardless, Trish Stratus, she's an important person in wrestling. Anyways, Becky Lynch, no respect at all. Just trashing her all the time. No respect. Becky Lynch talks about Trish Stratus. And Trish Stratus comes in there, face guard. Apparently, she got a broken nose. Broken nose from Money in the Bank. She didn't win it either. Zoe Stark didn't win it either. So they come out there and they're talking about who's the best. Trish Stratus says there's no one better than Trish Stratus. No one better than her. Becky Lynch says, why are you even here? Trish Stratus says, I have to be here. I'm the face of the women's division, and that's important. And Becky Lynch says, well, you think you're the best? You think you're better than Zoe Stark? And Trish is like, yeah, I know I'm better than Zoe Stark, but one day Zoe Stark was probably going to be better than me. One day she's going to be better than me. But right now, no. It's like, great answer, Trish Stratus, great answer. And Zoe Stark's like, yeah, respect. And she thanks Trish. So it comes down there, the challenge, because, Trish Stratus has got a broken nose. She can't wrestle. She's on the down low, the disabled list, so to speak. Not okay to fight. So next week is going to be Zoe Stark versus Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, the big one. I mean, big. So yeah. So then next week got ourselves, oh my goodness, very new reporter live. It is Jackie Redmond. And she brings out Cody Rhodes, and Cody's like kissing her ass. Welcome to her first interview is with me. How important is that? How great do you feel that you're interviewing the great Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes. Hi, I'm Cody Rhodes. This is Jackie Redmond. How grateful are you? Anyways, regardless. So he's talked about he wants Brock Lesnar. He wants to challenge Brock Lesnar. He wants more Brock. And will it be good? Will we like that? It's going to happen, of course. Will Brock Lesnar finally put an end to Cody Rhodes? Or will this carry on some more? Well, a long time will only tell. Moving on. We go to another match, our 6-person tag. It is a Alpha Academy. Maxine Dupree, Chad Gable, and Otis versus the Viking Raiders. Now, I must say this. It's Valhalla, a.k.a. Sarah Logan. I gotta say, Sarah Logan is probably the sexiest woman in SmackDown, and she's dressed to look like a monster. She looks great. She's got curves for days, baby. And that's why I say she's the sexiest. Compared to, of course, even more sexier than Maxine Dupree. But anyways, with Valhalla, husband Eric, and I think one of the most talented wrestlers in WWE. And as while he's in the Viking Raiders, he's going to be nowhere, man. It's Ivar. If Ivar was a solo competitor, I think Ivar, shoo, to the moon, baby. I think Ivar is a great wrestler. But, yeah. Right now, when the Viking Raiders, Ivar is pretty much another Lucha House Party. Viking Raiders are like Lucha House Party. Except they're like 200-300 pounds heavier. But they're being treated just the same. No respect. So in this match here, what goes on? Now, this is true. This is going to be Maxine Dupree's first match in the ring, if she gets tagged in. And Sarah Logan, even though she's wrestled before a long time ago. Sarah Logan was a serious wrestler. She was with the Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, the Riot Squad. She had history. She's been doing nothing. She's just barefoot, running around bare feet. I think she needs, I think if Sonya Deville, the person who makes Sonya Deville's gear, made, Valhalla's gear, my God, Valhalla would look great. I wonder what Valhalla would look if she had someone else. It's so, okay, whatever. So what's going to happen here? Why, it's, this match was about 8 minutes long. 8 minutes long. It was pretty much the whole first part of the match was Alpha Academy's Chad Gable Otis versus Ivar and Eric. Back and forth. Otis tagging in. He's looking great. He smashes. No, pretty much the Viking Raiders looking like trying to make Alpha Academy look like heroes at the expense of them. Otis does his caterpillar and his elbow drop. And eventually, this match carries on. Otis ends up getting beaten up by the two, that he gets better of. And then eventually Otis turns things around. He knocks them both down, Eric and Ivar, to get the hot tag in to Chad Gable. Comes in the ring. And Chad Gable does his work. Just starts demolishing both Eric and Ivar. Just beating them both up. Throwing them around. Throwing Eric around. Ivar as well. Throwing himself around. They get inside the ring there. Chad Gable goes for, now this is near the end, Chad Gable goes for a massive flying headbutt, hitting Ivar in the middle of the ring there. Now, they scuffled, so it comes down to the end part of the match. Everybody's out, Otis is out, Eric's out at the ring there. Chad Gable's, like, he's stumbling around. Ivar's stumbling around. Ivar finally, now it's time for the tag, for the women to come in. Ivar tags in Valhalla, which in turn, you would think Maxine Dupree would just run in because the tag was made. Doesn't matter if she gets tagged or not. But she still waits for the tag. She tags in. Then it's arm drag. Now it's wrestling clinic, maybe? I don't know. Wrestling clinic for beginners. It's arm drag after arm drag. 2 arm drags down there. A snap suplex. A snap suplex. So this is basic moves here. Then it comes to the most, oh my goodness, I'm not sure. Maxine, you think she's a dancer, but she's not a dancer. She's not flexible at all. Otis is way more flexible than Maxine. It shows here. Maxine's going for her caterpillar or the worm. I'm not sure. She's going for some sort of thing. She looks weird. She's like flopping around like a popsicle stick. If a popsicle stick's trying to do the worm, this is what they would do. So she's doing the worm. She's muscling one out there. And then Valhalla with her only, like her practically her only offensive move. She gets a knee, a high knee. Tries to get a pin on, Maxine. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get the pin, actually. And then outside the ring, we got ourselves one side of the ring there. All the Viking Raiders are outside there with Otis. And then Chad Gable goes on the top ropes and he does his massive moonsault. He flattens all of them outside the ring. So all the men are out there to finish this match off. It's Maxine Dupree and Valhalla. Now, Valhalla throws Maxine to the corner, follows in, and Maxine moves out of the way. Valhalla does a perfect Otis. Head first into the ring post. Pang, pang, or the turnbuckle. Poink. Boo-hoo. Maxine gets, she jumps up and ends up with a, what's she call it? It's a, what's it? A victory roll. Not a victory roll, but, it's a roll-up, the sunset flip roll-up. That's it. The sunset roll-up. I don't know why it took me so long to get that. But anyways, I'm keeping that. My stall and all. So yeah, sunset flip roll-up. Rolls up. Valhalla. 1, 2, 3. Val tries to kick out, but does not. She's get put down. She's planted on there. And the big victory goes to, of course, the Alpha Academy. Goes out victorious, and of course, why we lose? It's the Viking Raiders. Anyways, moving on. We go backstage, and it's with a little bit of Jackie Redmond again with wait for the Ricochet. Ricochet. Looking, this is turtleneck, nice turtleneck there. Looking dapper. Looking like an evil villain. Does turtlenecks always make you look like a villain? Anyways, he's talking about Logan Paul. It's quite interesting, because now at Money in the Bank, Logan Paul and Ricochet, they had a spot where Ricochet, they were on a rope, they were on a ladder, they were knocked off ladder, he had hit the ropes there, and Ricochet was supposed to do a Spanish fly onto Logan Paul. Because it's on such a crazy spot, they're on the ropes, they're trying to balance, and Logan Paul gets thrown, they land on their heads. It was a terrible bump. Logan Paul almost gets murdered. But I guess he's a tough guy. He muscled through it. So after the match, Logan Paul wants to get revenge. He starts beating up Ricochet outside after the match. Ricochet says, you made it personal for attacking me outside after the match is done. So he challenges Logan Paul next week on Raw for face-to-face in that ring. This is good. I like to see this. Logan Paul versus Ricochet. How far will it go? Can they push each other? Maybe they not try so hard to use these ridiculous moves where, the outcome is getting injured. But I'm pretty sure they're both going to push themselves so you can go a little bit more crazy. Who's more a little psychotic in that ring. Could be dangerous. Could be fun to watch. Anyways. Next up, we go into the ring. Going into the ring, it's with... The next match is a title match. This match should have been main event, but it's a mid-card match. A mid-card match. It's Rhea Ripley defending her title against Natalya Bret Hart. And here's where it gets hilarious. Before the match even starts, Rhea Ripley's introduced first. So she's walking towards the ring. And like last week, but the other way around, when Natalya came in first and Rhea Ripley attacked her, and put her out of commission. The match never happened. I thought, oh my gosh, is this what revenge? Is this what Natalya is going to do? Attack Rhea Ripley and then this match will never go on because she will... It's like, what are you doing? This is a title match. You're going to ruin your chances of being a champion for this possibly not even happening? But I forgot. This is Rhea Ripley. She's tough as nails. She's not Natalya. She's not Dana Brooke. She is Rhea friggin' Ripley. So she takes the attack outside. The abusive attack, which happens for a couple of minutes out there, you know. About a minute and a half, maybe, beatings. Eventually, Rhea Ripley even gets thrown into the steel steps. Now, I always say this. Getting thrown into steel steps, getting thrown into the ring post, really, it's nothing these days. Nothing. It's just a standard bump these days, and that's how they're taking it. Anyways, eventually, they slide into the ring there. Referee makes sure that Rhea Ripley's A-OK, ready to rock and roll. And he makes the judgment saying, yes, you're ready to go. Natalya takes a step back. Now, here's the thing. This match, Rhea Ripley, Natalya. Now, even though I knew he was going to win, I knew that Rhea Ripley was going to win, beat Natalya, beat the brakes off Natalya. But however, I was not prepared to know that this was the match of the night. Natalya, she knows how to wrestle in the ring there. Her psychology as a wrestler in whole, terrible. But when she's in the ring at the moment, she's great. And Rhea Ripley and Natalya tore it up back and forth. It was a very competitive match. This was match of the night. This was great. A great match. There's a lot of iconic moments. Rhea Ripley with a big, powerful moment where she leg scissors Natalya, wraps her legs around her waist and brings her in with a massive headbutt. She beats Natalya with a big old headbutt. Now, Natalya does turn things around too. She goes with a massive high cross body off the top rope. It was impressive. This was a very lot of back and forth, but we had some epic photogenic moments in this match. Rhea Ripley with some great, Instagram pics moments, going for a big muscle up pin on Natalya. Looking good, like a champ in that ring there, taking full advantage. Now, like I say, this was a lot back and forth. Rhea Ripley tries to get the stretch, gets the old, what's that? The prism lock. Gets a prism lock on Natalya. Natalya, it's like a sharpshooter, standing sharpshooter. She stands up on it, and Natalya breaks out of that hold. Surprisingly, she breaks out. Now, here we go. This is where things turn around for a bit. Rhea Ripley goes to top rope. She goes tranquilo, Eddie Guerrero style. Hey, showing off to the crowd a little bit. Before she goes for a splash off top rope. Rhea Ripley never does splashes, but she goes off the rope, goes for a splash. Natalya greets her with 2 feet to the face. Rhea Ripley tries to go for a big old spear, but ends up Rhea Ripley pulling a perfect 4-point Otis, running herself shoulder first into the ring post. Bang, bang! Oh my God. Natalya's her chance. She power slams Rhea Ripley down and goes for the figure 4. Or should I say the sharpshooter. Goes for the sharpshooter. However, Rhea Ripley crawls herself towards the ring. Oh, you never beat me like that. I'm Rhea bloody Ripley, damn it. She crawls the ropes, Skip breaks out of it. Referee breaks the hold because it's obviously she got ropes. Anyways, after that, Rhea Ripley slides outside the ring. Natalya, she goes for a baseball slide outside the ring. Rhea Ripley slides back inside the ring. Natalya goes inside the ring after Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's just fine now. She meets Natalya with the kick to the face. Just beat her up some more. And then next you know it, it's the Riptide, baby. Just gives her a massive Riptide. Throws her down, and like they say, this match was about 14 minutes in length. This was a match of the night. This match was a barn burner. This match was a knuckle duster. This was great. This showcased the greatness of Rhea Ripley, how she can work. She's a great worker, and she's a great champion. I would like to see Rhea Ripley fight more because she's fantastic at fighting. Her wrestling matches are great, and it just would be great to see more Rhea Ripley. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But Rhea Ripley shows up and shows out in today's match. Very good match of the night. Moving on. Great matchbook cover on Natalya losing after the match. Natalya, she's going to get more beatings. How dare you? You want to get a take on me one more time? So I'm not sure where's Natalya going after this. What's going to happen with Natalya 2.0? Who knows? But while she's getting beaten up, she's getting saved. by the current tag team champions Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, feeling sorry for the old gal in that ring. Will there be a coalition starting with Liv, Raquel, and Natalya? Maybe. Natalya doesn't mind riding anybody's coattails. Whoever is popular, she's gonna be there too. It's a very cynical approach. Look at it, but yeah, Natalya. Her MO. Anyways, regardless, moving on. Backstage, we have a little bit of thing. Tommaso Ciampa. Him and his thing with Miz, his feud with Miz. Usually everybody, just talks with Miz. He just wants a piece of Miz, Talks about what's the difference between the Miz and Tommaso Ciampa? Why the Miz attacks you with your back turned. He's a coward in the night, pretty much. And comes down to when they're playing cards. I hold all the cards. The Miz, however, you talk about cards. I'm a royal flush. I'm a turd in your toilet of happiness. Didn't say that last part. But anyways, yeah, it comes down to Miz says what's the truth. Everybody who disrespected the Miz is gone for the WWE, and it's true. John Morrison, he's gone. Alex Riley, he's gone. The Spirit Squad, they're gone. Everybody who's there, gone. So he figures, you're next. You're next to disappear after you go through me. So it's going to be that with a, no DQ match. Miz dropping the gauntlet. Miz versus Tommaso Ciampa. No DQ next week. Gonna be big. But after that, we go backstage, and it's with the Rhea Ripley. After demolishing Natalya Bret Hart in the match of the night, they call it. It is, possible challenger. Miss Money in the Bank. Io Sky says, I'm watching you. I might be fighting you. She said, go ahead, try. I'm not afraid. And then Rhea Ripley joins with the teammates of Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest after his big victory over, Shinsuke. Rhea Ripley's big victory over, Natalya, Bret Hart. And it's time for Dominic Mysterio to shine. He's got a big match against Seth Freakin'Rollins. But anyways, next up, we go into the ring there, and it's with a match. It's a build-up match basically. Matt Riddle versus Imperium's Giovanni Vinci. And this match was very fast. It was a fast-paced match, and it lasted about under 2 minutes. Fast-paced, back and forth going on in the ring there. Now the end sequence, because it was only a minute 40, end sequence was this. Matt Riddle going for a Bro Derek. However, Giovanni goes for a ankle lock. Spins out, goes for the ankle lock, stands up for the ankle lock. However, his momentum of Matt Riddle. Matt goes for he rolls through the ankle lock. Giovanni goes down, and then with a roll up, Giovanni loses to a roll up in under 2 minutes. Taking it in the rear, it's Giovanni Vinci. But after the match, it's some revenge. It's now with the Giovanni Vinci, it is the rest of Imperium. It's Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, who did nothing but watched that match until after the match, of course. After Giovanni Vinci loses, it's Ludwig Kaiser runs up in the ring, and it's 2-on-1 against Riddle. That's why he beat him down. Till, of course, beep, 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 it's my bagpipe sound. It's the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. He runs down, he shimmers down to the ring. He just walks down to the ring there, taking his time. And eventually he gets down to the ring there, and he rushes the ring. He gets to the ring there pretty quick. And it's, I guess he gets Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser all confused and whatnot. They all scattering, and then it's Matt Riddle with a massive flash knee to Giovanni. Yep. And after that, we got ourselves a stare down with Drew McIntyre and Gunther. Drew McIntyre then with the massive Claymore kick, the jumping, bicycle kick. Gets down, Giovanni Vinci. He gets crushed with a pump kick, the jumping pump kick. And then, we got ourselves a face-to-face. I guess it's going to be a future match. Drew McIntyre versus, Gunther. This is going to be good. Of course, it's going to be a great match. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, coming soon. Who knows? I think it's going to be, they're going to stretch this one out for WrestleMania. It's true. Because after that match, you go backstage with Byron Saxton, with Drew McIntyre, the returning Drew McIntyre, with, what's that, Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle says, hey, what do you think? You and me go at it against Imperium next week? And how about that? A first match back would be a great warm-up. But which members of Imperium? I'm thinking it's going to be, it's going to be Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser versus Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. So next up, we got ourselves a big match. The main event match of the night. And that is representing Judgment Day. It's Dominic Mysterio with Rhia Ripley. The ring there. By them. And of course, versus Seth Rollins. Now, this is not a heavyweight championship match, but it is a good match. So, this was a lot of fun. A lot of fun because this wasn't if this was cut and dry, straight and forth, just Dominic Mysterio, Seth Rollins, this could have been match of the night. But we had a lot of, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. They're there, both of them. Rhea Ripley making herself known, interfering in a match, that every time Seth Rollins is on a roll, they interfere a little bit. Distraction technique. Now, we had a part in the match where Dominic Mysterio, she's thrown into microphone, I guess. They had a big microphone thing in the ring there, getting some more crowd interaction, then booing him a lot. It's a lot of fun. Too bad it was on commercial break when that happened, the big spots there. But anyways, while he does that, Seth Rollins takes advantage. There's a lot of back and forth. Now, Seth Rollins, he goes for a finishing move. He wants to do his frog splash off the top rope, but however, while he's doing that, setting up Dominic Mysterio for his utter demise, Rhea Ripley jumps on the ropes again. Damian Priest jumps on the ropes and throws off Seth Rollins off the top there. Crash and burn! Now, Dominic Mysterio tries to take over finally with not one frog splash, not two frog splashes, but three. He tries to go for three, and that's apparently going to the well. Once too often, meted with a double feet to the face. That's right. Now, of course, Seth Rollins goes for the pedigree, and they say pets agree with pedigree. But Damian Priest doesn't. He tries to get up. He jumps on the ring apron to distract Seth Rollins again. Seth Rollins goes attacks Damian Priest. And then, of course, Dominic is thrown outside the ring there, and Seth Rollins goes and takes out Dominic Mysterio with a massive tope suicida between the second and third ropes, throws him back in the ring there. They tussle some more there. Seth Rollins just beats the holy hell out of Dominic Mysterio, and it gets him with the old, the forearm to the back of the head, setting him up for the, no, he tried to get the curb stomp on Dominic Mysterio, but this match doesn't end that way because Damian Priest jumps in the ring, intercepts Seth Rollins with the choke slam, the South of Heaven choke slam. The match is not over yet. Damian Priest tends to just beat the holy hell out of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins does turn things around for a little bit with a big super kick. But it's, of course, Dominic Mysterio with a briefcase smashes Seth Rollins in the head and then smashes Seth Rollins right into the steel steps. Throws Seth Rollins back into the ring there and then says, hey, Damian Priest, how about this? Here's a briefcase. How about you cash that sucker in and be the next champion, baby? And before Damian Priest can do that, Finn Balor runs in there and tackles Seth Rollins. Finn Balor goes on the top rope to do a coup de grace. Now, here's what I think. Why did Damian Priest stop Finn Balor? Damian's like, what are you doing? But maybe he was just softening him up for you, man. Just wait after the coup de grace. After that, after Damian Priest sees the coup de grace done, what happens after? If you go for the pin and Finn Balor doesn't step aside, then you got problems. But talk about jumping in too early. That's true. So yeah, while they argue, Dominic says, what are you doing, guys? Don't argue. Finn Balor runs away. Not Finn Balor, but Seth Rollins runs away. Dominic Mysterio tries to stop Seth Rollins, but he gets pedigreed for his hard work, for his troubles. So yeah, Seth Rollins lives to fight for another day, and that's right. It's Damien Priest and Finn Balor, they are at odds with each other. It's all about the team. Not about me or you, it's about the team. So yeah, could there be Finn Balor making his break from the Judgment Day? Well, who knows? But right now, that does it for the episode of WWE Raw. That wraps up for this episode of Raw. Now, for our YouTube watchers, stay tuned next week for another Raw. But for our podcast listeners, stay tuned for we're going to have some NXT right after this short break.